welcome to another edition of Married MBA Today. I'm your host, Cameron Rich, and joining me on location at Adobe, the one and only 2011 grad, Doug Mumford.
Hey, thanks a lot. It's great to be back on Morning Market Call. I was previously a host of the show back in 2010, 2011.
There's a lot of great episodes. I actually watched them all to train for this, so
yes,
check them all out.
Go to the archive and open the vault. You will see just how far I've come now.
Doug, let's start out by talking a little bit about Adobe. How did Adobe end up here in Orem?
So Adobe came to Utah via an acquisition of a company that was grown here locally by two entrepreneurs by the names of John Pastana and Josh James. The company was called Omniture, and it was a company focused on web analytics, which is the process of analyzing web visitor traffic to try to find out information about your customers.
Okay, and can you talk a little bit about what your role is here at Adobe?
Sure. So I work in our consulting department, and what that means is when customers buy one of our products, as part of the contract, they get access to someone like myself to help them implement the tool and to develop a strategy around it. It's not just, with our more complex tools, it's not like Photoshop where they just kind of buy the software and then they figure it out.
Okay.
Actually, a lot of times we'll get a consultant to help them through the technical components and to develop a strategy around it.
Okay, and beyond your position, what other type of positions do they have here at Adobe that potential MBAs would be interested in?
Great question. So Adobe recently, in the last 2 years, has hired significant numbers of MBA grads from BYU. And it's not just in technical or business roles like what I'm doing. They've hired people in the HR organization, the finance organization, product management, marketing, demand generation, consulting. So there have been a lot of different avenues. Supply chain, I forgot that one. Procurement, so some of our grads have gone there. So almost every area where you can emphasize in within the Marriott School, there's actually been a BYU MBAs hired into those areas here at Adobe.
So there's a little something for everybody then.
That's right. So if you're interested in the tech sector, regardless of what your expertise is in, Adobe should be at the top of your list as a potential employer.
And I want to get your perspective on how you feel the future of digital marketing is going to play out here in the next coming years. Yeah,
great question. Digital marketing is an extremely exciting industry to be in right now. If you're a marketer, this is really where the future is. As marketing channels move more from traditional channels like print and television advertising to more and more online, the skills that we have here at Adobe, the tools that we use are going to become an extremely important part of any marketer's tool belt. So whether you're working here at Adobe for a tech company or whether you're working for a retail company that has an online presence, you're going to need to know digital marketing skills. Adobe has built or acquired companies that have fleshed out a full suite of products for digital marketing. So this includes the world's best web analytics platform, which is Site Catalyst and Discover. I work on a product that does what's called A/B testing. It's called Test and Target. We recently released a new tool called Adobe Social, which is really the first end-to-end platform available to both manage social platform campaigns and also allow you to analyze whether or not you're getting any ROI from your investment in your Facebook and your Twitter campaigns. We can tie it all the way back to see if you're actually driving revenue through that, and we're basically the only people that allow you to do that full life cycle. So very exciting things right now.
Okay, that sounds great. And being 2 years out of MBA school, do you have any advice for MBA students? Specifically those that are interested in working for Adobe?
Absolutely. So any employer is going to want to see that you have an enthusiasm for the company. So the best thing that the best advice that I would give is, first of all, find out if you really would be a fit at Adobe. The best way to do that is by talking to alumni such as myself. There's probably 20 or 25 of us now that have graduated over the last 3 to 4 years from the BYU MBA program. So hit some of us up in the different areas that you're interested in. If you're interested in consulting, you can talk to myself or some others. If you're interested in supply chain, there's about 6 guys that are doing that. In HR, there's some people doing that. So find those people, talk to us. The next thing would be find out what Adobe values. So we value many of the same qualities, but there are specific things to our culture that we look for. Find out what those are and see if you've got those and really play those up when you're tailoring your resume and when you're interviewing. Finally, Adobe sponsors every year a web analytics competition at BYU. I put a lot of time into that when I was a student, and we placed third of 100 teams. And I felt that being able to say that really legitimized me to the people that I was interviewing.
And what exactly is that? Can you talk a little bit about what that is?
Yeah, so the web analytics competition occurs usually mid-October to mid-November. It's about a 4-week process. And what you do is you actually get access to one of our clients' data. And when I did it, I think it was Comcast. They open up their web analytics data to you. You get to pour through it, analyze it, and come up with a presentation, a 15-minute presentation of the recommendations that you've developed by analyzing their data. So it's a great opportunity to hone analytical skills. It's a great opportunity to hone presentation skills. And if you're interested in Adobe, it's a great way to get kind of on our radar.
Yeah, like you said, it sounds like a great experience and a great opportunity to be involved.
And even if you aren't sure you want to work at Adobe, it's a great thing to be part of, because it's a great thing to put on your resume anywhere that you've learned one of the major web analytics platforms, which is Site Catalyst. So that gives you an edge up on, in interviewing in any marketing capacity if you can say that you have web analytics skill.
For sure. Well, Doug, I appreciate your time today. It's been great having you on the show. And that does it for another edition of Married MBA Today. We'll see you next time.